I mean, if you're raised with words like Cina babi, Apunene, Melayu jahat and pemalas, Cina communist, Chinese people are cunning, arrogant, lazy. If you see an Indian and a snake, kill the Indian first. I rasa eventually some people are going to believe it, right? Not once did I think that a hung parliament post GE15 would lead to posts threatening a repeat of the bloody May 13 racial riots. There was one video yang I think was of a keris on a wall with the words "Jangan cari hal ye" and 13 May written on it. Ngeri tengok. Sejak bila kita jadi this violent? Or have we been slowly regressing, animosity increasing, cuma kita tak perasan or tak nak perasan? Tell you the truth, I'm not entirely surprised that there is a growing number of Malaysians, especially young Malaysians, who are inciting racial violence, making light of what is possibly one of the darkest moments in Malaysian history. I mean, if you're raised with words like Cina babi, Apunene, Melayu jahat and pemalas, Cina communist, Chinese people are cunning, arrogant, lazy. If you see an Indian and a snake, kill the Indian first. I rasa eventually some people are going to believe it, right? Tak kenal, memang tak cinta. Tak kenal, memang senang nak benci kalau kebencian yang dipupuk dari awal. Lagi-lagi, if you've never really had a chance or have been encouraged to build honest, meaningful connections with people of other races, people who are different from you. Not just, I have friends of other races, okay, I celebrate all festivals. If only that was enough. Hey, that one all damn easy. Food is delicious here and a lot of Malaysians are already doing that. But it's clearly not working because it hasn't fixed any of our deep-seated racial issues. There's only so much our food and badminton can patch up, band-aid and triage. A lot of people like to say, hey, don't talk about it lah. Shh, you're making it worse by bringing it all up. But masalahnya, decades of skirting around racial issues is exactly what brought us here. We never quite had a chance to transparently share our feelings, experiences, realities and pains. Not enough, not openly, not encouraged. We tell kids to be respectful of others and treat people with kindness. But in the same breath, we tell them if they don't eat their veggies, the Apunene will come and catch them, referring to dark Indian men. Or reminding them to be careful of Chinese people because they are usually manipulative. One of my colleagues, believe it or not, was raised to not be friends with Malays because they are evil. Whenever something happens, not just accidents, you realize how Malaysians will always, first question they'll ask is, hey, what race? We casually use Orang Asli tribe names as racial slurs and don't even bother stopping when it's been pointed out repeatedly how hurtful and harmful it is. Casual racism in Malaysia is normalized, joked about even, without realizing how it actually plants the seeds for discriminatory behavior. Words first, then thoughts, then possibly, maybe, unfortunately, actions lah, right? If you are primed to think that certain people are bad, bukan ke lagi easy for you to think, oh, maybe my actions are justified, even if it isn't. Ni semua kita tak address. Kita ada ke ajar atau diajar how to stand up against racist behaviors even when it's not directed at us? Tapi kita expect children, teenagers and adults to miraculously be actively anti-racist and nice to each other without providing the much needed foundation that sets the tone. The thing is, all these racial issues that we have, they're not going to die down or disappear the minute all the election madness is sorted. It's always been there. It's going to continue being there. I personally think Malaysia's biggest problem is race. If you're not going to get real, address and accept the extremism and racism, then we'll forever, unfortunately, be held back by them. The problem isn't about us having different political views. The problem is that it's starting to look like Malaysians don't really like each other very much or at all. So many of us are struggling to rise above our differences, stay kind and make choices that are not harmful. I'm not accusing any single person or race because this isn't a single person or race issue. This is a Malaysian issue. So let's talk about it. That way maybe we can move forward and hopefully history doesn't repeat itself.